In today's video, I'm gonna show you my workflow, how I usually animate brands, logos from start to finish with simple techniques and simple effects. Hi, I'm Myke Lewis, and today's video, or should I say in today's episode, because we are starting a new series which is gonna be animating popular brands from scratch till the end. You're gonna see my whole process, my whole thinking, how I usually animate those logos. And what can I say more? In today's episode, we're gonna animate, drum rolls please. We're gonna animate the Nutella. This is gonna be a challenge. I'm not sure how I would like to animate, but I hope it's gonna be fun and I hope you're gonna like it. And without further talking, let's go straight to Adobe After Effects and do some magic. Okay, so here we are. Here is my composition. You can see that I already have the file prepared for this, and how I did that you can check my previous tutorials and see what exactly I did. But to explain to you in a few seconds, I just went to Adobe Illustrator and I just make sure that every object that I want to animate is on a separate layer, like you can see here. Okay, so let's move back to our composition, and here it is. And now let's find an idea how we could animate this logo. Let me open a Photoshop and do a quick sketch how the animation could look. I have one idea in my head. To start with a simple sphere. This drawing is gonna be really bad, so please don't judge me. We're gonna have this sphere which is gonna move from the top, and then this sphere is gonna pop out a few little spheres. Okay, the first one is gonna be black, and then we've got in our logo 6 red letters, so the idea would be to pop out those 6 small spheres, and then each sphere would transform into a letter. So we would have then our logo. That's how I usually start with this. I just make a simple sketch, and then I try to think what I could do with this. So without further talking, let's go straight to the idea and do some nice animation. Let's clean up this timeline a bit. So I want to make sure that our first letter is really first. Okay, and let's also add some colors to it. Those two I can keep in a blue color. So we're gonna start with a sphere. I'm gonna center the anchor point, and let's create some animation. This needs to be fast. We're gonna have this one bounce, and then the small spheres are gonna pop out. Okay, this animation should be around 3 or 4 seconds. And now we can add some scale. I press U to see keyframes that I already have. And then with Shift I can add more parameters. And I'm gonna also put the anchor point at the bottom part. Why? Because if now I will scale it, we're gonna scale it to this bottom anchor point. Something like this, and bam. Here we gonna make it like this, and okay, now let's change color of it. I'm gonna add a few expressions here to make it more realistic. Okay, this looks a bit better. We're gonna make the small spheres, or maybe we can pop out those letters from the small ball. And let's select all of them, add a keyframe, select also a scale, and also a keyframe, and now let's play with those. Maybe let's create here a 0%. Okay, and now let's move also every letter to the center of the sphere. Okay, something like this. Of course, this doesn't look nice. right now, but we are gonna work on this. We could also parent those. Let's change the curve of the motion. Okay, and now let's put those layers a bit further. Boom. So let's also select all of those layers. Hit R on the keyboard, add a keyframe and animate it. Let's select positions of those elements and add expression to it, also elastic, and we should get some nice bouncy movements. We could play with a scale a bit. So let's also add here elastic expression. We also need to figure it out what to do with this sphere. Let's do this later. Right now let's create a new adjustment layer, add a fastbox blur, and then add levels. And this is a nice trick that I use from time to time. We create a blur on fastbox blur effect, and then we go to level, select alpha, and we play it here. And we can create this kind of liquid effect. There's another idea that I have in my head. We could use this liquid effect in a better way. Let's just only focus on a position value. So let's add here a keyframe. Go here, add a keyframe. And here we could move those layers a bit to the center. And you're gonna see in a minute why I do this. Now we could play the curve. Let's copy those values with Easy Copy plugin. Put this everywhere. Okay, this looks nice. Need to adjust it a bit. Let's add here some random movements. Okay, this letter should be first. Okay, I think this is the main idea for this. Now we need to make it a bit better. So just add some details and change movement here and there. At the end, our adjustment layer should disappear. We decrease the blur radius from 8 to 0. Let's see how it looks. I would like to add here some details on every separation that we can see. How I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna create a new shape layer and I'm gonna choose a pen tool. I will add a stroke to it without any fill and just add some strokes here and there. Put this below our blur layer and let's see. Ooh, nice. You can already see what I am after. Those small liquid details. I'm just gonna animate the stroke width. Okay, let's add here and here. And let's duplicate it a few times and add it to different places. And maybe also the sphere should change the color to blend it a bit better with this animation. Let's go to fill and change it to red. This should be happening somewhere around here. Yeah, this looks nice. Maybe we could add a bit more details, some small spheres that could imitate those liquid drops. Something like this, and let's put the position. So fast movement at the beginning and slower at the end. Bam. And let's duplicate it a few times. Also, let's keep the timeline clean, so let's go with yellow and just duplicate it. Okay, we have something like this. Well, this looks nice. And there's one thing that we could also do. Maybe this first letter could also change a color. And we could improve this even more with adding a nice CC band effect. And I would also add this to this letter and to the last letter. And at the end, let's just add this small trademark with a simple scale. And I'm gonna create a new composition. This is the final step I usually do to add a bit more movement. And we have this additional scaling effect going on. Okay, so let's see the final result. And that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Let me know in comments what do you think about this Nutella animation. Let me also know if you would like to see any specific logo animation. Just write in the comments, and you can also follow me up on Instagram. The link is down in the description. And what can I say more? Till the next time. Bye.